Okay. All right, guys, I can see belly buttons on both sides. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. We're okay. I want you to keep this fight clean at all times. I want you to protect yourself at all times. And what I say, you must obey. Good luck. Touch them up. Touch them up.
All right, so the heights are the same. The weight favors Andy Ruiz. Big banger. Elijah McCall has a lot of knockouts himself. So let's see how it goes. They're both in black trunks. The guy with the trim on the black trunks is Andy Ruiz, and Elijah McCall has the white shoes on, so you can spot them easy enough. Solid black is McCall. White trim is Ruiz. Unusual sort of build for Ruiz, but he's really an athlete. It's just he's more of a fighter than Butterbean was, and this guy's the real deal.
Mexican Olympian. He's had well over 100 fights. Good, well-schooled fighter. Nice jab, fast hands.
Trying to get to the body downstairs, and that's the thing that you pointed out, Kev. He does have the very quick hands for a man that's this big. This guy's an athlete. In the amateurs, he was 105-5 with all kinds of titles, including going to the Olympics for Mexico. McCall comes from a fighting family, originally from the tough streets of Chicago. His dad got him out of there. They went to Virginia. Last 3 wins, all by knockouts for him.
Well, we know he's got punching power in his genes for sure. His father was a great puncher.
And his dad could take a great punch, too. This kid has got
there's a really nice left hook by Ruiz then. McCall came back with the right hand.
You know, Kevin, the fluidity of the way Ruiz lets his hands go really surprised me for a great big guy like this. This is the first time I've seen Andy. He's a top-ranked fighter, and I haven't seen him before, but I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of him, and I think we will.
He fights nice and relaxed. He's landed the left hook again.
Yeah, solid left hook in the right ear of Elijah McCall. McCall trying to hold him off that jab, but Ruiz is so strong he just comes right through it. It's really contrasting type of body types, too. McCall, very cut, very muscular, and Ruiz is not.
I tell you what I like that what Ruiz is doing. He's jabbing to the body.
His reach is exactly the same because of the body types. McCall looks like he has a longer reach, but he doesn't. They both have 74-inch reach. Ruiz is coming off a September first-round knockout win over Lorenzo Smith here in Las Vegas. And McCall is coming off a win over 268-pound Jason Massey in Chicago. That was a 5th-round knockout. So he's been in against big guys.
And McCall's bleeding from the mouth at the moment as a result of some of those chopping left hooks from Ruiz. Ruiz is really doing some good work in there. He's throwing a nice jab to the head. He's found a home with that jab to the body. And I tell you what, when you keep putting that jab on the solar plexus, it takes the energy out of your opponent.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. Look at it, loading up the right hand is McCall, but Ruiz just able to gobble it up. So when damage is done, you got to give the first round to Andy Ruiz.
A good round to Andy Ruiz in the first round.
Well, if he doesn't do that, he's going to feel the power of the wrath. McCall has been knocked out once in his career, and only once since then. He's won 7 fights. Most by knockouts, but let's see what happens here now. This is round number 2. Remember, this is scheduled right. These are big men. These are heavyweights. 2 different body styles, but don't be fooled by the veteran amateur fighter who has turned pro and is 16-0 with 10 knockouts in Andy Ruiz. This kid is an athlete. Oh, nice left hook by Oliver. Right back comes Ruiz. You know, the thing is, Kev, that I'm seeing early, it looks like McCall is catching him flush, and it doesn't shift him at all. When he hits McCall, McCall is feeling it.
I tell you what, Elijah's, I think he's been shook up a couple of times with some of those punches, Bob. You see the way his eyes are getting wider and wider.
I think I call him Oliver, but he's Elijah, Oliver's son.
Oliver's son.
Right hand again, left hook in there by Andy. I called so many of Oliver's fights, and then seeing Oliver tonight, I got all excited. But this is Elijah, his son. Nice kid, heavyweight.
Oh, there's a chopping right hand. That's hurt him.
Yeah. There it is, the right hand on the ear again. His knees look a little bit loose, and he has to hang on. And look at Ruiz doesn't stop. He pummels the body, so he punishes him more.
And we'll just see what sort of the finisher Andy Ruiz is. He's got Elijah McCall shook up a little bit. He caught him again with the left hook and the right hand.
Catches him with the left hook, the right hand, trying to push him off. Oliver's kind of hanging on because he is hurt. He's very flat-footed right now. Another left hook, right hand. McCall hanging in there pretty good with the kind of shots that he's been hit with.
I tell you, Andy Ruiz is doing some great work with the left hook and the right hand at the moment. But he just got hit with a nice right hand. But like you said before, Bob, he shows great chin.
He's so big that he's able to gobble up the power of Elijah. Now remember, Elijah in his 11 victories has knocked out 10 guys, so he can bang too. But this is a different sort of a match. These guys are both big bangers, both heavyweights. I mean, Oliver McCall is only 224 pounds, but he's also 24 years of age. Heavyweights don't mature till they almost get to 30 when they get up around 230, 240. So this kid's got a lot of growing to do and has a lot of ability. This is a tough match for both guys and a good match. Top Rank actually has Andy Ruiz, and their matchmakers are great.
Terrific left jabs.
This is good work for Andy too, stepping up in a bit in class, fighting Elijah McCall.
Fighting a dangerous fighter.
Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing, with all the red welts at the back of Ruiz's back now, he's won the first 2 rounds of this fight. Nice stiff jab again. Boy, he's got a terrific jab. There's the right hand behind it. Left hook. Woo! That's the Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Kevin Barry. We're at the Texas Station Gambling Hall in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our principals in there in this heavyweight battle. Andy Ruiz, the Destroyer. Andy Ruiz Jr. to the left of your screen. And on the right, that's Elijah McCall. McCall in the solid black trunks with the white shoes, and in the black and white with the black shoes is Andy Ruiz. This is round number 3. We think unofficially here that Ruiz has won the first 2 rounds. I'd be pretty surprised if he hasn't.
He's won them all right. And he's done some damage, especially in the second round.
By the way, the judges are Bob Bennett, Dwayne Ford, and Glenn Trowbridge. Now, Kev, let me ask you this. What's McCall going to do he's been shaken in the first 2 rounds a couple of times. What's he going to do with this guy? You mentioned holding the right hand higher so he doesn't get hit with that left hook, but
McCall's got a jab. He's got a jab and move around them. I'll tell you what, Andy Ruiz is too strong for him to stand there with. He's got to move around them.
Oh, big right hand again, snaps the head of McCall. McCall right in front. Boy, I agree with the movement because he's standing right in front. He's setting up in front of him.
Look,
and Ruiz has got a whale of a jab on top of the right hand.
You've got one guy who's got a terrific amateur pedigree and another guy, McCall, that never had an amateur fight. And it's showing. You know, he's standing straight in front of Andy Ruiz, making it easy for Andy to hit him.
And Andy doesn't stop throwing punches. And when a guy weighs 256 pounds, even though he looks like he's just sort of touching your body, it hurts. He's hitting him hard. The big shots. Left hand, right hand behind. Boy, I'm really pleasantly surprised at the hand speed of Andy Ruiz. I just didn't expect a guy this size to have that kind of hand speed. When you know, a guy like Butterbean, who was his size, was not the athlete that this guy is, and he just wailed away. But this guy's a boxer.
He's had catching them Bob on both sides of the head, and once again shook him up. Look how wide his mouth is open.
He's gassed it, and we're only here in the 3rd round.
Yeah, McCall's he's really feeling it at the moment.
Kenny Bayless tells Ruiz you can't set him up with the elbow. Boy, is his jab stiff. The problem for Elijah is he's not jabbing coming in. There's that jabbing in, and it snaps it. It's a punch, Kev. It's a punch.
It's a weapon. He uses his jab as a weapon.
Talked about him being 300 pounds, and right now he's letting all 254 pounds go at it. And he's really got McCall reeling right here. Now, big right hand again. Heels it down.
He's ready
Last
to go.
in the body. His legs are really sharp right now. Closing seconds in the 3rd round. Kenny Bayless looking very close. You don't want to see McCall get hurt. He can stop this fight. It's all over. He stopped the fight right at the bell. He doesn't want him to get hit anymore. He's out on his feet. This is a 3rd round technical knockout victory for Andy Ruiz right at the bell.
Impressive victory. There are little things that he was doing wrong, but when he had him hurt, That overhand right, the left hook. He was very accurate. He kept throwing punches, and McCall did not know where he was. His legs went with about 30 seconds to go, and I knew then it was only a little bit of time till the fight was over.
Boy, that's something else. This guy, watch this again. See, these clean headshots, Kenny didn't want him, and Kenny had made up his mind just as the bell sounded. He might have let him go had the bell been 2 seconds later, but when he saw the 2 clean shots and lining up for a third one, I got no problems with Kenny Bayless starting that fight at all.
None at all. And those punches they were hard and they were accurate.
All right, Lupe Contreras is set with the official particulars. Here's Lupe. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, a series of unanswered blows obligates referee Kenny Bayless to stop this contest with an official time of 2 minutes, 59 seconds of round number 3. Damas y caballeros, una serie de golpes sin respuesta obliga al referee Kenny Bayless a parar el combate con un tiempo oficial de 2 minutos, 59 segundos del tercer episodio. El vencedor por knockout técnico, your winner, by way of technical knockout, Andy Ruiz Jr.
So, Kevin, it came at 3:59 was the official time. The bell had sounded, when, but Kenny had moved in just either right at the bell or just a second before.